Developers are pressing for a 3,000 house satellite development for Bristol at Buckover near Thornbury. The large greenfield site of over 200 hectares or 500 acres under single ownership makes it easy pickings for council planners trying to meet their housing targets. But residents are determined to save this valued countryside, with a survey by our MP Luke Hall showing 92% of residents saying no to Buckover. And it's not hard to see why. Public footpaths run through fields popular with dog walkers and hikers. This includes some of the last green spaces classified as best most versatile land. This high-quality agricultural land is becoming vanishingly rare across the whole southwest region and needs to be protected for our food production. An unintended consequence of the Greenbelt is that it creates a new boundary. With towns such as Thornbury, unfortunate to be situated at the fringe closest to Bristol, now finding itself under a development onslaught from greenfield development on three sides. But being beyond the Greenbelt does not mean that the land here is not green and attractive. Much of it is more worthy of this description than the majority of land within the protected zone. Planning permission has been given for over 1,700 new houses since 2015, representing an increase in the size of the town by more than a third. These developments have created an urban bulge around the north and east of the town. On top of these permitted developments, the map shows two sites that have submitted applications for a further 850 houses, one of which was rejected on appeal but has been resubmitted in the latest call for sites. However, by far the biggest threat now comes from Buckover, just a stone's throw away from existing permitted development. This massive proposal would dwarf anything granted approval so far. Together with recent existing approvals, it would more than double the size of Thornbury, and even on a standalone basis, it would be larger than any of the existing surrounding villages. But it doesn't end there. Buckover could be a gateway development that would open the door for many more greenfield sites that have submitted an interest in the latest call for sites, all of which lay claim to the argument that if Buckover is approved, then it makes sense to add development on their piece of land as well. The scenario of a continuous urban sprawl linking Thornbury to Falfield at junction 14 of the M5 is now therefore a real threat. The latest submission from Buckover describes the area as not a valued landscape. We beg to differ. With more than 500 acres concreted over, we lose some of our most beautiful natural landscape. These are some of the signature panoramas that define our area. Providing habitat to wildlife, including a family of roe deer that live in the ancient woodland and surrounding fields of Buckover. Fallow deer also thrive in these fields, which provide safe routes between the deer parks and ancient woodlands. The A38 already is a dangerous obstacle for them. More urbanisation would change their way of life. These animals are completely wild and not used to humans, but offer a chance to catch a rare glimpse of these wonderful creatures in their natural environment. The wheat fields in this best, most versatile land provide bread for our table tomorrow and nesting grounds for many birds today, especially for the skylark, whose distinctive song is the sound of summer for anyone enjoying these footpaths. Other iconic sights and sounds are enjoyed courtesy of the pheasant and the woodpecker, which join other protected and rare species such as bats, adders and grass snakes. The irrigation channels help to maintain the soil quality and drain into ponds that attract waterfowl and create perfect conditions for the protected great crested newt, which have been recorded here in ecological surveys. This is bad planning on an epic scale. The South Gloucestershire councillors and planners know this, but they're turning a blind eye to the problems. Building a new commuter settlement bisected by the busy A38 will put further pressure on the road network and undermine the government's promised preference for brownfield urban development and the council's commitment for carbon neutrality. We don't need to concrete over our most precious land resources. The housing target for South Gloucestershire can be satisfied without destroying this. The combination of intelligent use of brownfield development opportunities and sites already given planning permission gives us sufficient housing to meet the government targets for the next 15 years. Give the message loud and clear to say no to Buckover.